Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Argani Shazwin binti Haizal and my metric number is D20201094 and 96. So, Malaysia is well known about the culture and also the traditional handicraft as batik, songket and rottans. But we attracted to research more about tikar mengkuang. Tikar mengkuang has been made since a very long time ago. If we look further about its design details, we actually can relate to geometrical concept. First, let me introduce you about tikar mengkuang. They have two types which are daun pandan and screw pine, or in bahasa we call mengkuang. But the most popular is made from mengkuang. That's why it is called as tikar mengkuang. There are several processes to create tikar mengkuang, but the main process is weaving. Weaving is a process where we have to crisscrossing the leaves. As the old villagers were mastering these arts, they mostly spent their time doing weaving. But how does tikar mengkuang influence our culture? So, it influenced our culture until the old villagers create many more traditional creatures and discovered many types of patterns such as anyaman mengkuang, anyaman pandan, and so on.
Hi there, my name is Muhammad Naim Bibarus. We go more detail about tikar mengkuang. Originally, tikar mengkuang was already famous a long time ago. It is a part of an art inherited from generation to generation. Tikar mengkuang is a masterpiece that comes from Terengganu, Malaysia. After that, it spread to Kedah, Perak, and Melaka. Puan Aminah binti Ali who lived in Terengganu was chosen to be figure of weaving and craft including tikar mengkuang arts. She was chosen by Lembaga Kraftangan Malaysia because of her achievement. Function. There are many uses of tikar mengkuang. Among them is used as seed base. It's used as the same which other floor mats, but with a various and beautiful design pattern, it attracts more users to use it as a seat base. Besides making a seat base, users also usually use it as dining table mats, study table mats, and so on. Because of the size of the tikar mengkuang can made with different size. In addition, tikar mengkuang is decorated as a coating and decoration on the coin. Usually, user will paste this tikar mengkuang on the coin of their house as a decoration because this tikar mengkuang has interesting and beautiful pattern. The common size that usually produced is 2 feet width and 4 feet length. Because it is easy and quite to produce and require a little mengkuang life. Also, the normal thickness of the tikar mengkuang is the range about 0.1 cm to 0.2 cm, and it depends on the thickness of tikar mengkuang leaf sheet. There are also another size such as for 8 feet to 7 feet, for 12 feet, and so on, depend on the supplier of tikar mengkuang leaf. This is an example of tikar mengkuang. There is a lot of design and patterns, but our group choose this pattern as a refer to our projects. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. My name is Anis Zambri and today I will talk about 2.0, the geometry. In this part, I will explain about the characteristic of the object that we selected. The shape of the tikar mengkuang that we selected is a rectangle. A rectangle is 2D shape in geometry. They have 4 sides and 4 corners. Its 2 sides meet at the right angle. Thus, rectangle have 19 degrees angle. Opposite side of the rectangle have the same length and they are parallel. The sides are said to be parallel when the distance between them remain at all points. This mat size is 61 cm times 213 cm. The mat is made up with varieties of colors such as blue, purple, pink, and white.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Aina binti Hasbullah. Today I want to explain question 2.1, the geometrical shape. There are 2 shapes that found on tika mengkuang, which is a rectangle and a square. A rectangle is a parallelogram that has a right angle. A rectangle is a quadrilateral with 4 right angles. All the angles in a rectangle are equal 90 degrees. The opposite sides of a rectangle are parallel and equal and diagonals bisect each other. And then a square is a rectangle that has 2 congruent adjacent sides. Square is a quadrilateral with 4 equal sides and angles. It is also a regular quadrilateral as both its sides and angles are equal. Just like a rectangle, a square has 4 angles of 90 degrees each. It can also be seen as a rectangle whose 2 adjacent sides are equal. As you can see, there are square shape and rectangle shape that have on tika mengkuang. 2.2, the geometrical concept. For rectangle shape, the length is 21 cm, width 7 cm, angle 19 degree, and the area we use the formula A equal to BH, and we got 147 cm square. And for square shape, there are 2 different sizes, which is for the first one, the length and width is 21 cm, angle 19 degree, and the area we use A equal to E squared, and we got 441 cm squared. And for the second one, the length and width is 7 cm, angle 19 degree, and the area we use the same formula, and we got 49 cm squared. Next, what we have learned in class, there is a relation between the measurements of the shape and the concept of geometry. Why I said there is a relation? That is because when students measure, they are measuring 2D shapes and 3D objects. The properties of the shape and object dictate how they are measured. The rectangle and square seem to be quite similar, but they are different. The main difference is the square has all equal sides, but in a rectangle, the opposite sides are equal. In other words, a square is a rectangle in which the adjacent sides are equal and the interior angles are equal to 90 degrees. As I said before, the area of a rectangle is given by A equal to BH, and a square is given by A equal to E squared. The rectangle and square that have 4 sides are termed quadrilaterals. A quadrilateral is a polygon with 4 sides. Therefore, the shape of the rectangle and square is a parallelogram, which is a quadrilateral in which both pairs of opposite sides are parallel. An altitude of a parallelogram is a line segment drawn from one side so that it is perpendicular to the non-adjacent side or to an extension of that side.
What is a transformation? Transformation is a process that manipulating a polygon of the 2-dimensional object on a plane or coordinate system. Mathematically, transformation describes how 2-dimensional figures move around a plane or coordinate system. The first one is reflection. Reflection is when we flip the image along a line, or we can call it the mirror line. The flipped image is called the mirror image. The second one is delegation, when the size of image is increased or decreased without changing its shape. And the third one, translation. Translation happens when we move the image without changing anything in it, hence the size, the orientation remain the same. Reflection. A stiff transformation is which figure seems to be flipped across an axis line on a plane is called reflection. The line might be on the x-axis or the y-axis or something else entirely. The line is referred as the line of reflection. The figure's positions and alignment are swept despite the fact that the item and its reflection are compatible. Reflection on motif. Figure 2.3.1 is how Tika Mengkuang's theme are transformed into mathematical shape applying the concept of reflection. The art of Tika Mengkuang included a reflection element. In figure 2.3.2, a square-shaped motif known as object Tika Mengkuang being reflected on the reflections axis at axis y, resulting in a new picture of square, which is image, without changing the original form. The delegation. The delegation is a process that involves reducing or growing a figure. Dilation modifies the size of the pre-image by extending or contracting the source figure. As a result, there is not a rigid scene is ignored the condition that the pictures match the pre-image. Dilation is similarity transformation in which a two-dimensional figure is reduced or enlarged by a scale factor without affecting the dilation point. Dilation idea is a square form based on figure 2.3.3 is shown below. The dilation notation is obtained in figure 2.3.4 and indicate the same image but different sizes. Translation. The movement of an item from point to another while maintaining its orientation. It's really how geometric translation is defined. The simplest and structure characterization is translation, often called sleight of shift. Figure 2.3.5 show the Tika Mengkuang's theme and how they are translated into mathematical shape applying the concept of translation. The art of Tika Mengkuang's have translating component. Figure 2.3.6, a square-shaped motif known as item Tika Mengkuang being moved on the x-axis and y-axis, resulting is a new picture of the square that retained the original shape. The symbol of the point translation can be representing as an M prime. M is being transferred to M prime, shown by the arrows.
Now, it's time to me to conclude our report. Tika Mengkuang, which is Terenggano's famous handicraft, is not as easy as we think. They must master the art of weaving. Proudly, they managed to explore more not just as a seed base. Tika Mengkuang acts as several uses as it comes with various sizes. Can you guys imagine how does the villagers manage to create this masterpiece that have connection with geometrical knowledge without even realize? That's incredibly talented. As a student, now I realize they actually use translation, reflection, and dilation to create pattern. So from this task, all I can say is we get to know more about our culture. Before this, I never appreciate this much about our traditional handicraft. Now, I understand why some of our handicraft can attract tourists around the world. I hope that our future generation will be more appreciate about our culture and be proud because Malaysia has so many masterpieces. That's all from Group 2. Thank you.